This is Fox Sports News Primetime.
Just like that, and history is made. Mark McGwire is the home run king. Welcome inside the Fox Network Center. I'm Brad Good, along with the L Train Lionel Bienvenu on this historical and momentous night for America's pastime.
That it is, Brad. We got plenty of Big Mac coverage coming up for you. We'll get out to Busch Stadium for reaction in just a few minutes, but first, here's the Jumbotron with our top story, and it is Mac. He's finally done it. After 37 years, Mark McGwire replaces Roger Maris as king of the home run hill.
And they were on hand to watch their father's record fall. We'll hear from the Maris family.
We'll also hear reaction from fans around the country, including a hangout that has ties to Big Mac himself.
As you can imagine, they're partying in St. Louis big time. They have some very big bragging rights. With the Roger Maris family on hand, Big Mac's own mother, father, and son in attendance, and the whole country watching and rooting him on. Big Mac did not disappoint. There he is, focusing, looking for home run 62, contemplating his cuts at the plate, wondering if tonight would be the night. Mark's son Matt in attendance, as well as his father, John, and mother Ginger. The Maris family also in attendance. Their father's record could be broken. Steve Traxel could go down in history as the infamous pitcher. Bottom of the fourth, Joe Buck with the call. And the celebration was on at home plate as Mac lifts his son Matt into the air, and then look at all the pats on the back. He's going to have bruises tomorrow. Take another look. There it goes. McGwire's happy about it. Just like a kid. Oh, look, he misses first base here. Goes back and touches it. Oh, all the excitement. Sosa applause from the outfield.
His feet were touching the ground at that
and then watch the Maris family react as the ball is hit. Their eyes are on it. Yeah, they know it's gone, and they're celebrating as well. From the outfield, here comes Sammy in to join the festivities. Gives Big Mac a big hug. McGwire gives Sosa those famous kisses there as they each share their traditional home run rituals there in front of the pumped-up crowd. Oh, these two guys have been very supportive of one another. Take another look at the swing. Big. It was a missile. McGwire's dad is happy in the stands. There's his son, Matt. Gets picked up at home plate. Oh, that kid's on top of the world as well. Watch Tony La Russa and the Cardinals bench react. Oh, as they jump up to watch the record-setting bomb go in. Then McGwire goes into the stands and gives the Maris family a big hug and some kind words. Class act as he honors the late Roger Maris. And there's the scoreboard. That's history, baby. 62. McGwire salutes the Cardinal fans that have supported him so much this season. And they can't get enough of Big Mac. Big Mac, he's the man. He sets home run history, breaking Roger Maris's 37-year-old record. Baseball now has a new standard at 62 and counting. McGwire not only has more home runs than Ruth and Maris, he hit them at a much more prolific pace. Look at this. Mac has smashed one out of the park in a little more than every 7 at-bats. Unbelievable. That's talent. That is confidence.
So Maris has been caught and passed. Big Mac at 62 and counting.
Fox Sports News has been covering the chase every at-bat. Our John Kelly has the Cubs angle, but we start with Sam Marciano covering Big Mac. Sam?
Oh, what a night when Big Mac cracked number 62. This place went wild. Busch Stadium was electric. It was an historic moment, a moment that you wanted to stand still in time. And of course, Big Mac recognized the significance of hitting number 62.
I'm almost speechless. I mean, it's I've been talking about this since January, and I get to 61. It's one swing away, and then next thing you know, I hit a ball that all of a sudden disappeared on me. And I tell you what, it's I totally believe in fate, and I believe that's what happened this week. And thank the man upstairs. As I went over to the box and talked to Rogers' kids, I told them today when I met with the Hall of Fame, they pulled out Rogers' bat that when he hit his 61st home run, and I touched it. I touched it with my heart. Now I can honestly say that my bat will lie next to his, and I'm damn proud of it.
Big Mac gets the night off in the first game of the two-game set in Cincinnati. He will be with the team, but he won't play. And another note, everybody wondering about the ball. Well, a groundskeeper caught it. He gave it back to Big Mac, and now the ball, Big Mac's jersey, the bat, his hat, everything goes to the Hall of Fame, including Matthew, his son's jersey. Now let's check in on the Cubs end of things with John Kelly.
Well, Sam, with Sammy Sosa riding shotgun in this home run shootout, it's a one-man show for the second straight night as Big Mac flies solo into the baseball archives. Once again, Sammy fails to connect, remaining at 58 home runs, but he does get one consolation prize, sharing a historic and monumental moment with his ballpark soulmate.
Well, it was something unbelievable. It was something amazing. Everybody was waiting for that moment. Everybody was waiting for that swing. And, hey, I have to say that it was one of the great moments in my life. Everybody, the way that he was running the base, so happy, so pleased, and and he did it. And that's why I'm always was telling you that he is the man.
So following a night of baseball heaven compliments of Mark McGwire, well, it's back to reality and right back to work for the Cubs. They try and snap out of a three-game funk tomorrow at Wrigley Field in the afternoon against the last-place Pirates. Reporting in St. Louis, John Kelly, Fox Sports News.
All right, John, thanks a lot. Welcome aboard. We'll see you around here a little bit later. Just a reminder, Thursday, in place of Fox Sports News tonight at 6 and 6:30, we'll be airing Breaking the Record, Chasing Home Run History. A special, and just in case you missed the first time around, it'll re-air at 11 p.m. in place of Fox Sports News Primetime. Kevin Frazier is your host. Check local listings for the times in your area.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. And later on in the show, baseball analyst Steve Sachs will join us to put the magic blast, of course, under the Fox scope. But our other Steve, the psychotic one, Steve Lyons, he was very busy earlier this evening at Busch Stadium.
And Psycho caught up with the family of the man whose name is now in bold print in the baseball record books, Mark McGwire.
All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm standing down here with the McGwires, Ginger and John McGwire, the parents of Mark. And Ginger, I'm a parent. It doesn't take much to be proud of your children, but my goodness, you must be on cloud 9 right now.
Heart is just bursting. I'm just shaking. I'm just so thrilled and so happy. I don't know what to say. I'm just excited. It's a great moment in history.
It's on a special day for you the other day. He hits number 61 on your 61st birthday, and he comes right back and does it again.
This is what he did for the people of St. Louis. That's what a class guy is. He's a tremendous individual besides being an athlete. We're very, very happy and proud of him for breaking that long-standing record of Roger Maris's.
John, you said something very special to me before the game. I wanted to talk to you, and you said, I'd rather not talk. I don't want to take away from the accomplishments of Mark. Now certainly is the time to talk about everything that he's done this year.
It's Mark's day, really. He's done a tremendous amount. He's accomplished a lot this year from the first day of spring training up until now. And the season's not even over yet, Steve.
Ginger, that's right, we got a long way to go. Ginger, when you saw the ball go out of the park, what was going through your mind?
Oh my God, I just couldn't believe it. I was waiting to see if it was fair, first of all, and then when it was, we just went crazy.
Well, you certainly have a great reason to be very proud.
We're so proud.
All right, let's send it back to you guys in the Fox Television Center.
Thank you very much, Steve. Now, it was Mark McGwire's night. We've heard a little bit from Big Mac, but let's get back to St. Louis and hear more from the new Lord of the Lumber as he talks about how wild and crazy it got near the end of the chase.
The last week and a half, I've, you know, my stomach's been turning, my heart's been beating a million miles a minute. It's to do it that fast, I don't know. I just give thanks to the man upstairs and all of them, Roger Maris, Babe Ruth, everybody's watching up there. But it's what a feat. The whole country has been involved in this, I think, since after the All-Star break, and it's just, you know, people have been saying it's bringing the country together. So be it. I'm happy to bring the country together. I tell you what, after yesterday doing what I did for my father and my son showing up just in time, I said what a perfect way to end the week by the last game in the homestand and hitting the 62nd for the city of St. Louis and all the great fans.
What is your next goal?
My next goal? Sleep.
There you hear him. You know, amidst all the home run hype, the person closest to the late Roger Maris, his widow Patricia, was noticeably absent from the seats with her children at Busch Stadium. Patricia Maris was hospitalized for the second time this week. She was rushed to the emergency room just a few hours before the game with an irregular heartbeat, but we can report she is in satisfactory condition. Meanwhile, Cardinal manager Tony La Russa rushed to Tampa, Florida after Monday's game to attend his mother's funeral. Oliva La Russa was 84. She died Friday after a long illness. La Russa, though, made it back to lead his team into the season finale with the Cubs.
And we are far from done with Big Mac. We'll have much more on Mark McGwire and this magical night coming up a little bit later in the show, including a look back at Big Mac's beginnings, how he got started, and a musical montage of all 62 home runs.
Yeah, you got to wait and see that. That'll be good. Well, the waiting is over for Cleveland. A new owner for the new expansion Browns football team has been given the green light. Al Lerner, along with former 49ers president Carmen Policy, won the bidding war against Larry Dolan and Howard Milstein. The price tag? $530 million for the team and part of the stadium project. The new Browns will kick it off in 1999.
We had quite a discussion about the relative merits of the Dolan ownership group, which has a very strong NFL tie with Don Shula, the Lerner group, which has a very strong tie with Carmen Policy, and ultimately there was a unanimous consensus in support of the Lerner Policy group, with only one club, the Raiders, abstaining.
The Browns will begin play next season in a $200 million football-only stadium on the same spot where old Cleveland Stadium stood. The Dog Pound should be happy about that.
Art Modell bought the Browns in 1961 for $4 million. Unbelievable.
Now 5:30.
We got to step aside for our first TV timeout, but we will be right back.
Lots more coverage, as Lionel promised, of the record-breaking blast up ahead. But as we go to break, take a listen to what the historic home run sounded like in Espanol. Yeah. Stay tuned for more Fox Sports News.
El tremendo problema que tiene frente a él. Ahí va un batazo de línea al jardín izquierdo. La pelota se fue. Maris, muévete, que ahí viene McGwire. Roger Maris, muévete, que llegó McGwire. Cuadrangular.
To-the-minute scores, highlights, and sports news from around the globe. This is Fox Sports News Primetime.
Welcome back to the Fox Network Center. Lionel Bienvenu here, Brad Good there. Happy to be sharing a piece of baseball history with you.
Absolutely. We're pumped about this. This is part of the show where we recap our top stories. Well, Tuesday, one story rendered all others obsolete. 62. Right?
That's
Number
right.
62 will go down in history as one of the game's greatest home runs, but what about the other 61? We here at Fox Sports News salute Mark McGwire and his record-breaking feat by showing you each and every one of the 62 home runs that Mark McGwire hit this season. We're going to have that for you in just a minute.
Number 62, as we said, will go down in history as one of the game's greatest home runs. Here they are.
That's
Number 62 right there. There's the Maris family. A little bittersweet for them. but they're still happy that a class guy like Big Mac got it. And Sammy Sosa, right behind Mac for most of the season until Mac took off. Well, Sammy gives the props up as well. Watch Tony La Russa and the Cardinals bench the moment the home run was hit. And then Mark hugs his son Matt on this monumental moment. Unbelievable.
As we promised, it's been a long time coming to hit number 62. Mac pounding him out of the park regularly. So we decided we'd put them together here for you and show you each and every bomb as we salute Mark McGwire's accomplishment.
I'd have to say that I do have a shot.
Into center field. It's a 3-home run night for Big Mac.
It's going to take a perfect season to do it.
Up into the night, into the upper tank. Are you kidding me? Uh-oh. And then, wow, look at this one. Oh, my.
I don't play the game for records. I play the game because I love it.
Watch that baby. Oh, man. And there it goes. McGwire sends one. This may make the upper deck.
If I hit 70 home runs, I retire.
High fastball. See you later. Grand slam. There it goes. See you later. Upper deck McGwire.
High fly ball. You like apples? How about them apples?
Until somebody gets to 50 by September, then it's a legitimate thing to talk about.
Number 50 for Mark McGwire.
High fly ball. Leaving Levon far behind Mark McGwire. High fly ball way back. Number 58. Make it 59.
60. Swung on Belton. There it goes. There it's gone. He did it. McGwire hits number 61. Down the left field line. Is it enough? Gone. There it is. 62. Touch first, Mark. You are the new single-season home run king.
What a history-making night. And let us remind you, tomorrow in place of Fox Sports News tonight at 6 and 6:30, we will be airing Breaking the Record, Chasing Home Run History. Just in case you missed it the first time, it will re-air at 11 p.m. in place of Fox Sports News primetime.
The person who caught Mac's record-breaking ball was not a fan. It did not quite make it into the stands. Instead, a member of the Busch Stadium grounds crew got his hands on it. 22-year-old Tim Fornerus was back behind the fence, and he beat other members of the grounds crew to the home run ball. Fornerus was looking at $1 million in his hands after the blast, but decided against selling the ball to collectors. Instead, he said it wasn't his to begin with and decided to return it to its rightful owner.
Mr. McGwire, I think I have something that belongs to you.
Nicely done, Tim.
Yeah. Very nice.
Got to respect the guy for that.
Yeah. We know what you'd do. You'd keep it.
$1 million?
That's right.
I'm running.
Steve Sachs, our baseball analyst, joining us to talk about that 60-second bomb. Actually hit the shortest one he's hit this season. In fact, we were all watching, wondering if it was going to go out. It was just that line shot instead of a typical moon shot.
Right, short, and really not indicative of what we've seen throughout the season, but certainly it was one that was hit very, very hard. I think it took about just under a second and a half to get out of the stadium. I mean, this ball is just absolutely crushed. So under the scope tonight, we thought we'd show you just a little bit about how all this broke down tonight. And you can see announcers like Joe Buck and Mike Shannon did it for many years. They were beside themselves. Look at the reflection off of Mac's helmet right here with all the lights going off. I mean, every pitch, even on the on-deck circle. And the Maris family certainly can only wonder if their father went through all of this when he was questing up to 61. And here's McGwire here in his first at-bat. Actually, this ball's going to be on the outside corner. Traxel does a good job right here of putting it there and giving a little bit of a changeup that Mac is really not used to going after the first pitch. Now, in his second at-bat, he's really getting focused in the on-deck circle. One mistake that Trax will make here is he throws him the same pitch. You can see him right here asking for the changeup. Now, if you're going to throw that pitch, by God, you better put it in a good spot. Here he's looking for it way in, but this ball's out over the plate. This ball is crushed. I mean, didn't go way out of there. You can see it barely. Might have taken paint off the wall. Look at the fans right here, pushing it over the fence with all of their will. That one clearly makes it. Mac is beside himself. He probably felt like his son did when he had his first home run in Little League, had to come back and touch first base. And look at the great Sammy Sosa right here, giving them respect that Mac deserves. And Mac didn't forget anybody. How about Dave Duncan, his old pitching hitting coach, and then Dave McKay, the man who's doing batting practice to Mac for the last 11 years when they were with the Oakland A's. And, you know, really talking to Tony La Russa earlier about how great Mark McGwire is and how he adjusts so well, and the amount of strength that Mac has, not only physically, but between the ears is where he is really strong. And that's what it's really had to take for this to come into such a big crescendo, and tonight for him to finally do it. And he says when he touched that Maris bat, he just felt it run into him, that he could really do it tonight. Just a great story. Hollywood wouldn't buy the script. It's just too outlandish.
Gives me chills. Yeah. You wonder how many he's going to hit.
Yeah.
68, 70, who knows?
Still has 18 games left.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't want him retiring.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, McGwire, now the home run king, as we've shown you, and his chase has been watched nationwide, even worldwide. Everyone knows about his awesome power and his home run swing, but John Wall shows us the other stuff. He's got a closer look at the man behind the bat under the spotlight.
Mark David McGwire grew up with his parents, John and Ginger, and his brother Dan in the Southern California suburb of Claremont. He attended an all-boys Catholic school, Damien High, where he was remembered, oddly enough, as an unimposing guy.
I enjoyed him because he was a good person, a neat person, worked hard, and had the same work ethic, I think, that he carried out with him to the sports field.
It was on the field where his coach, Tom Carroll, remembers Mark grabbing attention, especially one legendary shot of Mark's that crossed 2 counties.
And he put him over the trees into a rock quarry across the street, which put him in San Bernardino County. It makes a good story, though, because he actually hit it from L.A. County over to San Bernardino County.
But it wasn't Big Mac's batting that turned scouts' heads. It was his tremendous pitching arm.
Well, I would say he would average between 85 to 90 miles an hour with his fastball.
Mac was actually offered a contract with the Expos, but he chose a scholarship to become a USC Trojan instead. He immediately found success and actually upstaged another promising USC teammate by the name of Randy Johnson. It was at the end of his sophomore season that things began to change for McGwire. Assistant coach Ron Vaughn took Mark to the Alaska Summer League, where he came to an interesting conclusion.
I kind of thought that summer we were going to have both. We were going to have a pitcher and a hitter. And it didn't take long in that summer to realize that this is where he ought to be.
McGwire has credited Coach Vaughn with helping him become the hitter he is today. So what's the best advice he ever gave Big Mac?
I remember the one thing that I used to tell him just before he was rookie of the year was, you know, Mark, you're strong, you can hit a ball a long way, but you only have to hit it about 400, 350, 360. You don't have to hit it 600 feet. If it goes 400, it's out of the ballpark.
With McGwire registering shots of 527, 545, and 511 feet, it's hard to believe Big Mac took Coach Vaughn's advice.
Well, the missing man in the Maris chase is Seattle's Ken Griffey Jr. Missing maybe, but far from forgotten. Jr. slugged home runs number 49 and 50 Monday night, but his teammate Alex Rodriguez, who's stealing the spotlight in Seattle, A-Rod closing in on becoming baseball's third member of the 40-40 club, M's and D Rays. Bottom of the first, Rodriguez with a routine pop-up to second. Rodriguez not making it happen. 0 for 4 on the night. Top of the sixth, Fred McGriff takes Max Suzuki deep to right. 63. He was not able to do so, but the new guy, top of the fifth, J.D. Drew, pinch hitting, delivers the 2-run pinch single to center, capping a 7-run inning. Cards hold on to win it 8-7.
After Thursday, the Cubs grasp on the NL Wild.
This is Fox Sports News.